after Metropolitan Magistrates, we have a Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate. In short, we are called them ACMM. And after ACMM, above them we have a Chief Metropolitan Magistrates. The smallest unit is SEM, thereafter MM, thereafter ACMM, thereafter CMM. Got it, students? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The CMM of the particular court is directly report to the additional session judge in Delhi or assistant session judge in the states. There are some power difference between the additional session judge and assistant session judge. Otherwise, they are equal. And above them is always the session judges of that district, particular district. And from above the session judge, we have a single bench of high courts of any state. The strength of single judge obviously is a one judge. And thereafter, above the single judge, the division bench, or we would call it double bench. The strength of two judges. Two judges. Thereafter, we have a full bench in which three judges normally sit. That is called a full bench of any high court. When we are talking about the particular decision given by the full bench, that means that decision is given by the three judges bench. And after full bench, there is that we call the constitution bench, which can go up to 5 in number, 7, 9, 11, 13 and more. After full bench, all the benches comprising of the judges more than 3 is called a constitution bench. Got it, students? Thereafter, above the High Court, there is no single bench in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court benches start with the 2 judges bench, and that is called a division bench only. And there is also a full bench with 3 judges.
Sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, could you repeat it, please? It is little bit confusing.
Yes, please.
Could you please repeat it? It is little bit confusing.
About the High Court or about the Supreme Court?
Sir, like from starting, it is like confusing for me. Little bit brief. It would be easier for me to understand.
From beginning?
Yes, sir. From beginning.
Okay, we can start from it at beginning. So first of all, I've talked about the special executive magistrate. This is the smallest ikai, the smallest unit of magistrates. Right. These magistrates generally sits somewhere we call it them tehsildars, somewhere we call them SDMs. The SDMs and the special executive magistrates are same. Basically, इनके कोई exams नहीं होते हैं. They are came from the High Court appoints them. और ये ACPs को भी बना दिया जा सकता है इसमें, जो दिल्ली पुलिस के ACPs होते हैं, उनको ये पावर दी जाती है स्पेशली. बेसिकली जो लोग IAS और IPS के बैकग्राउंड से होते हैं, जिन्होंने लॉ अडॉप्ट किया होता है, उन लोगों को ये पावर्स दे दी जाती है. ये DJS से कोई मतलब नहीं होता, दिल्ली जुडिशियल सर्विसेज से इनका कोई मतलब नहीं. इन दिल्ली जुडिशियल सर्विसेज में आने वाली जो फर्स्ट यूनिट है, दैट इज अ मेट्रोपॉलिटन मजिस्ट्रेट. Metropolitan magistrates in metropolitan cities like Delhi, Bombay And otherwise in states, these are called judicial magistrates, JM. In Delhi, these are called MMs, and in states, they are called JMs. Above these metropolitan magistrates, we call ACMM, Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrates. And above the ACMMs, we have Chief Metropolitan Magistrates. In short, we call it CMM. And states like UP and Chandigarh and out, they were called Chief Judicial Magistrates, CJM. Their powers defined under the schedule in CRPC that we will discuss later. Basically, this is a hierarchy only right now. So after CMM, we have another level that is called Assistant Session Judges or Additional Session Judges. And these falls under the Delhi Higher Judicial Services. They are DJS, Metropolitan Magistrates and Metropolitan Magistrates. CMMs are DJS, Delhi Judicial Services, and these falls under the Delhi Higher Judicial Services. Assistant Session Judges and Additional Session Judges can be directly appointed by Delhi Higher Judicial Services exams, or they can be promoted through CMM. कोई बनके CMM से भी ऊपर जा सकते हैं और इनके डायरेक्ट एग्जाम्स भी होते हैं. Thereafter, we have a session judges in all the districts. Session judges and district judges are same. The only difference between session judges and district judges are session judges are dealt with the criminal cases, and district judges are usually deals with the civil cases. And when any decision given by the session judge or additional session judge, then thereafter their appeal goes to High Court. So we have a bench in High Court. The first bench, single bench. High Court starts with single bench, जहाँ पे सिर्फ एक जज होता है. And thereafter we have a double bench, the same High Court. Thereafter we have a full bench. Full bench comprising of 3 judges. जब भी कोई जजमेंट आप पढ़ें, कोई भी डिसीजन आप देखें जहां पे 3 जजेस ने डिसीजन दिया हो, तो आप कह सकते हैं ये फुल बेंच का डिसीजन है. Right? And after full bench, every bench above the 3 judges called constitutional bench. संवैधानिक पीठ बोला जाता है इसको, कि ये फैसला संवैधानिक पीठ ने दिया है. That can go up to 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 or maximum. जो भी Chief Justice of that High Court will decide. Now come up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court starts with the double bench. Thereafter full bench, 3 judges bench, which is called full bench. And thereafter constitutional bench. Start with 5 judges, 5, 7, 9, 11 or more. आज तक सबसे बड़े केस में जिसमें नंबर ऑफ जजेस बैठे हैं, that was केशवानंद भारती केस, जिसमें 13 जजेस ने आज तक फैसला दिया. आज तक सबसे बड़ी बेंच वही बैठी है. Most of you are aware with the Keshwanand Bharti's case. So basically, this is a hierarchy of the criminal courts. If there is any confusion or any question, student may ask.
सर आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन।
यस पंकज।
सर जैसा कि आपने बताया हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सिंगल बेंच से शुरू होती है और डबल और फिर प्राइम नंबर्स में होती है। तो सर
हाई कोर्ट में सिंगल बेंच है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कोई सिंगल बेंच नहीं है।
ओके सर। तो सर डबल बेंच में सर डिसीजन कैसे लिया जाता है? क्योंकि सर जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है और हाई कोर्ट है, जो 3 के ऊपर की बेंच है, इनमें तो वोटिंग करके ऑड तरीके से वोटिंग करके जजमेंट ले लेते हैं, लेकिन डबल बेंच में सर कैसे?
डबल बेंच में डिसीजन तभी लिया जाता है जब दोनों जजेस किसी पर्टिकुलर एक ही डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं। अगर उनको लगता है कि वो दोनों ही एक दूसरे के कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन में आ रहे हैं, तो दे रेफर इट दिस मैटर टू द लार्जर बेंच। वो डिसीजन नहीं देते हैं उसमें। दे सिंपली राइट कि वी आर रेफरिंग दिस मैटर टू द लार्जर बेंच, एंड देन दे दैट मैटर गोज टू द लार्जर बेंच, और तब उसमें डिसीजन आता है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
सर माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि सर ये बेंच कैसे डिसाइड होगी? ये सिंगल बेंच होगी इस केस में, डबल बेंच होगी या फुल बेंच होगी? ये चीज डिसाइड कैसे होती है?
गुड क्वेश्चन। Let me share again this thing. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
I am just showing the
Yes, sir.
Supreme Court roster today. This is a roster given by the Supreme Court. See, this is the court of Honorable Chief Justice of India. They have already mentioned in their roster what kind of cases they will deal. So any matter related to these habeas corpus matter or criminal matters, that will go to the Chief Justice of India. Right. Similarly, if this is the court, this is the second highest court of Justice R.F. Nariman, he will deal with these matters only. So particular court के हर matters, हर roster जो है वो particular sites पे available है. So they already decided their rosters, that is called judges roster. तो matter single judge के सामने जाएगा या division bench के सामने जाएगा, that is as per roster. वो roster के हिसाब से है.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question, sir. Can I ask?
Yes, please, Aditya.
Sir, you showed us about the Supreme Court, whether the same is also available for High Courts?
Yes, yes. It is available. Actually, I am not able to show you through my computer. It is available in the High Court as well. Or just give me 2 minutes, I'll show you. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, my question is that in case of like states dispute regarding the water, which bench will be constituted? Like sharing of river water, which bench will be constituted in that case? Like if two states are having a dispute regarding the sharing of river water.
That will be decided by the Chief Justice of India.
Okay.
Whenever any petition filed in the Supreme Court, that will first go to Chief Justice of India for marking the bench. अगर उसको ठीक लगता है, अगर उनको लगता है कि वो उस मैटर को सुन सकते हैं, तो वो उस मैटर को अपने पास रख लेते हैं. अदरवाइज दे विल असाइन द न्यू बेंच. ठीक है ना? बेसिकली हर चीज का ध्यान रख के ही मैटर को अपॉइंट किया जाता है. हर चीज का इंटरेस्ट, अगर कोई भी मैटर होता है जिसमें जजेस को ये लगता है कि उनका पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट है, तो वो उस मैटर को सुनने से रिफ्यूज कर सकते हैं. अभी रिसेंटली सुप्रीम में आपने न्यूज़पेपर में देखा भी होगा कि रिलायंस के एक मैटर में 4 जजेस ने अपने आप को रेस्क्यू किया था कि हम नहीं सुन पाएंगे इसको. तो इस तरीके से चलता है. Give me 2 minutes, students, please. This is Delhi High Court official website, and this is left top in the corner, judges roster. Current. This is judges roster, which decide कि यहाँ पे डबल बेंच है, चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इन दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट एंड ऑनरेबल मिस ज्योति सिंह. यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड है कि किस तरह के मैटर्स इनके पास जाएंगे. ऑल PIL मैटर्स, writ petitions and all. This is second bench, double bench. This is third double bench. This is fourth. And after these double bench, we have a single bench. This is civil jurisdiction. कोई सिविल रिट फाइल होती है, अगर वो DDA से रिलेटेड है तो किसके पास जाएगी. अगर वो क्रिमिनल रिट है, MCD की है या NDMC की है, वो किसके पास जाएगी. Thereafter सिंगल बेंच क्रिमिनल जुरिडिक्शन, कि अगर कोई बेल फाइल होती है दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में तो वो कौन सुनेगा. इट्स ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड. क्रिमिनल अपील्स हैं, किस ईयर की अपील्स हैं, कौन सी रिवीजन पिटिशंस हैं, किस ईयर की हैं. इट्स ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड कि वो किस जज के पास लगेंगी. तो इस तरीके से आप हर उसका अपना वो देख सकते हैं कि किस जज के पास आपका कौन सा मैटर अगर आप फाइल करते हैं तो वो किसके पास लगेगा, आप पहले ही देख सकते हैं. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Good afternoon, sir.
जी बताइए.
Sir, I just want to ask you that is these rosters fixed for whole of the year, or it keeps on changing like every month, or like?
Mostly it is for 6 months only, and after 6 months they usually change it. और ये चेंज होने के और भी रीजंस हो सकते हैं. सपोज कोई जज रिटायर कर रहे हैं, उनको जाना है, उनके फेयरवेल है, तो उनकी जगह पे जो नए जजेस आएंगे ऑब्वियसली वो फिर रोस्टर चेंज होता है.
All right. Thank you.
और कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो प्लीज आप ईमेल पे डाल दीजिएगा. वी विल रिवर्ट यू, वी विल लव टू रिवर्ट यू. सो आई टेक अ लीव नाउ. अपूर्वा प्लीज.
So could you please check the chat box? There are students who are actually asking for the questions from chat.
You can ask na what question they are asking.
So the question is from Anmol Pandey. Sir, could you shed light on practice of bench hunting?
Sorry, come again.
He asked for the practice of bench hunting. Anmol Pandey, can you please repeat your question? अनमोल पांडे.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
जी अनमोल बताइए.
सर मुझे डाउट था कि बेंच हंटिंग आजकल वो प्रिविलेंट है कोर्ट्स में, तो जैसे कि एक हमें जैसे कि दूसरा जज कंफ्लिक्टिंग डिसीजन दे रहा हो तो हम दूसरे एप्लीकेशन मूव कर देते दूसरे जज के. तो बेंच हंटिंग सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी रिसेंटली जजमेंट दिया था इसके बारे में.
क्वेश्चन क्या है आपका?
तो सर मुझे आपसे पूछना था कि बेंच हंटिंग का क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है, कैसे होता है ये सर?
देखो बेंच हंटिंग अपने आप में एक इलीगल कॉन्सेप्ट है. तो ये होता नहीं है और ऐसा कोई प्रोसीजर नहीं है कि ये होता है. इनफैक्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी कॉग्निजेंस इसका बहुत स्ट्रांगली लिया है. एंड लास्ट इट इज हैपेंड इन द रिलायंस केस ओनली, जहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के भी 2 रजिस्ट्रार हैं जिनको अरेस्ट किया गया है. ठीक है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि बेंच हंटिंग होता है. ऑब्वियसली कि कई बार लोग कहते हैं और पीछे से बैकग्राउंड में बहुत सारी चीज़ें चलती हैं. तो बेसिकली bench hunting is an illegal concept, but it has not to be promoted at all.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, exactly what it is, I've like heard it for first time. Bench hunting, like what is it exactly? Bench hunting.
Basically bench hunting is that कि भाई कुछ लॉयर्स क्या होते हैं, वो काफी टाइम से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे होते हैं और अंदर जहाँ पे आप अपना केस फाइल करते हैं वहाँ के जो एम्प्लॉयज होते हैं आप उनसे दोस्ती बना लेते हैं. ठीक है, आप दोस्ती बनाते हैं, उनके पास जाते हैं, उनको बोलते हैं कि आप मेरी ये पिटीशन उसी समय एक्सेप्ट कीजिएगा जब एक पर्टिकुलर जज के पास जाने का नंबर आए. ठीक है, तो उनको लगता है कि भाई जैसे डिवीजन बेंच 1 है, ये MCD के मैटर में रिलीफ नहीं देती है, पर डिवीजन बेंच 2 जो है वो MCD के मैटर में रिलीफ देती है. और आपको पता है कि जो लिस्टिंग है वो अंदर के लोग जो है कंप्यूटर पे चेंज कर सकते हैं, तो आप उससे बात करके आप उसको डिवीजन बेंच में ना लगवा के डिवीजन बेंच के सामने अगर लगवाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ बेंच हंटिंग,
Okay, sir.
राइट?
Okay.
थैंक यू पूर्वा, नाउ यू कैन प्रोसीड फर्दर.
So,
Thank you so much, sir, for your
So one
precious
doubt,
time. I guess somebody is there for the questions. Can you please mail us your questions? We'll revert you back as sir is.
They can ask if I'm available.
All right, sir. Over to you, sir.
the question is, in the judges roster, the chief, the chief justice, does he allot the matters to each bench, or according to the qualifications of each judge, the roster is prepared?
No, Avantika, actually the court in the Supreme Court and in any other court, in all the courts, the administrative branch, again, a particular judges in the Supreme Court and High Court, they are assigned the different duties as well. They are the chief of administrative branch also. They are chief of the inspection branch also. They are chief of the sanitation branch also. So every judge has a duty assigned. So when any matter goes to the registry, the administrative branch of that court will assign the matter. If that matter is particularly for the Chief Justice Court, that matter will go to the Chief Justice Court. If that matter is for the division bench 2, court number 2, that matter will go to the court number 2.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right, Apurva? Now,
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time that you render with us for your learning. We are glad for your time. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Suchita Kentura, Legal Associate, to present our topic of the day. Over to you, Suchita ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are great.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
In this session, we're going to talk about 3 very important forms that are used in the district courts. So if there is any query regarding anything, you can react. And if you're clear with the forms, you can put a thumbs up. So I would be sharing my screen. The first form is the case information form. So now the question comes here, what is the purpose of this particular form? So as the name suggests, this form contains the details of both the parties, the one who's filing the case and the other person against whom it is filed. Any case that is filed, whether being a civil matter or a criminal matter, this form has to be attached to the main petition. It contains the details of both the parties like I have mentioned. So this is how the form is filled. Okay. Now starting from extreme right, it contains civil, criminal. Here you're supposed to mention whether the matter is a civil matter or a criminal matter. Coming downwards to the main box, here the name of the petitioner, complainant, the one who's filing it, the details of every person has to be mentioned. From the name of the plaintiff, son, address, their Aadhaar number, their PIN code, under which section it is filed, what is the act, police station being it a criminal matter, FIR number. Coming to the other box down there, this contains the detail of the defendants, full detail of the defendants, the name of the person, the son, daughter, address, the Aadhaar number if you have the Aadhaar number, or it can be left blank, the PIN code, gender. The end of the box contains the detail of the advocate concerned in this matter. And if now the extra party form, So this is an extra party form. Suppose there are two persons attached to the same party, state versus Abhishek and others, supposedly three parties, then an extra party form is here. You have to mention all the details of the parties concerned. Now coming, I hope this form is clear to everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
This
Ma'am,
form is
extra
supposed to be
party.
attached to the main petition.
Ma'am, extra party means?
Yes, Akshay. Yes, Laksh.
Ma'am, extra party is in the situation when there's more than
I'm sorry, I'm
one
not.
person. Now I'm saying that extra party information of तभी होगा जब it is more than one person.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If there's just one party, then the other form, this form contains the details of everybody, and the extra party forms is put when there are extra parties attached to the same. Okay. Now
Ma'am?
coming to the other form, I hope it is clear to everybody. Thumbs up.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You can react by putting a thumbs up. Everybody. I feel the others are sleeping.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, I shall proceed to the next form. Sherry Gupta.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask a question. If
Yeah.
there are more than two extra parties in a particular case, then there will be one form for each party, or all of the parties will be included in one form, one extra
All the
party.
parties will be included in this particular form.
Okay,
It
ma'am.
is an extra party form with the details of all the parties concerned.
Okay.
Ma'am, my question is, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, my question is that whether the two advocates, like both the parties' advocates' information would be mentioned in the details of the case
This is one who's
information.
filing this petition.
So the person's petitioner's advocate would be details would be mentioned. That means.
The details of the petitioner's advocate.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, advocates, both the advocates of parties or only one?
Just the petitioner who's filing the case. The details of that person has to be mentioned.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, Akshay.
Ma'am, I want to ask, like, in this we are talking about details we have to file about the parties and the law or the lawyers.
Of the party against whom you're initiating a proceeding.
Ma'am, like the person who is initiating the case, we have to mention about the person, na, not the lawyer, na.
You're not initiating a case against the lawyer, right?
Yes.
It's against the person. So the
Okay.
detail of the person has to be mentioned here.
Ma'am, I got
Ma'am,
it.
ma'am, this form is for complaining in police,
no,
or
no.
it's for
Just-
court?
No, this is present before the court. Like if you file a petition, complaint or appeal, this form has to be attached to the main petition.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Now moving on to the next form, which is the PF form. So when a case is initiated on the first date of hearing, the judge usually directs the PF has to be done. How would the other party know that a case has been initiated against them? So this, like in this matter, I've shared an order with you. PF has to be filed within 7 days. So within 7 days, you are supposed to intimate the other party that you have initiated a case against them. So along with this form, you have to submit your plain copy and courier it. So what is the purpose of this PF form? This is basically to summon the other party.
Ma'am, PF full form, what is it?
It is to It is used to summon the other party that a case has been initiated against them. Also to supply copy, reply, petition, etc. So this is basically how the form looks. Yes. So this is the PF form. This is how it looks. And now showing the filled version of it. So here it reads as in the court of here, you're supposed to mention the court under whose designation it is, like this we have mentioned here. Then the case number of the case name here, Rakesh Kumari, Pranav Kumar, Kirti Kumar and others. Like these are three parties. So in the case information form, you're supposed to mention the details of all these three respondents along with the Now this is PDOH, which means the previous date of hearing, and NDOH, which means the next date of hearing. Now coming to the tabular form, here we read out as the date of filing, the date on which you're filing this present summon, PF form. Filed by whom? The party, main party, the petitioner, her name. What is the purpose of this? To issue notice to the respondents, number of parties, how many respondents, and a 2 rupee court fee has to be attached with the form depending on the parties. This is the 2 rupee court fee which is attached here. Now coming below here, same details have to be mentioned, and after this form is filled, you're supposed to give this form to the Ahmad of the concerned court, who is going to hand you over this receipt. This is a sort of a receipt, an intimation that your PF has been done. Along with the petition copy, this PF form has to be submitted in the to the Ahmad of the court. There are other modes as well, like you can also do courier service with the petition and PFRC. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now moving on to the third and the
excuse me.
last one. Yes.
Ma'am, as nowadays the pleadings are going online, like either it can be a hybrid hearing or online hearing. So is this PF form is how it is
Mandatory. You're supposed to fill it online along with the.
But what about the stamp?
Then
the
scan it and send it to the Ahmad of the court or the reader.
But ma'am, how we will attach the stamp, the court stamp?
Suchita, I would like to answer this question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So actually, what is happening? Only courts are functioning through virtual mode, but their staff is working through physical mode only. If you want to issue some notices or you want to fill this form, process fee form, then you have to fill it and you have to submit it physically on the office, concerned office.
Okay, sir.
Any questions regarding the same?
So, ma'am, this is the ground level work which we do, like
Yes.
for at an initial stage.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the third form is the certified form. Basically, there are two types of certified forms, the civil certified forms and the criminal certified form. So now the question is, what is the purpose of this certified form? There are certain documents which might be missing in your main file and you wish to have a copy of the same, maybe the evidence, the previous orders, or any urgent thing that is required by you. So you fill the certified forms in order to get a copy of the same from the court. So this is the civil form. This is how the civil form looks. Yeah, this is the civil form. Yeah. So all these details here, the name of the party, the plaintiff, the defendant, their address, the jurisdiction of the court, judge concerned with it, previous date of order and next date of order, if any or not. Here, what is the purpose of your filing the civil suit? For your own records or any records, whatever may be required. And here you're supposed to mention all the details of what all documents you require from that particular file, everything. Now this contains the signature of the main advocate or the party and any person who is collecting on your behalf. And on the, if you come to the extreme left, the parentage of the person who's filing it, address, their signature, and this 16th and the 17th column, which reads out as whether ordinary or urgent. Here you're supposed to mention whether you need an ordinary copy, which would take a time of 30 days for them to provide you, or an urgent copy, which might take from 10 to 15 days. Here the signature of the person who is going to receive on your behalf, and obviously who is going to pay for the certified copy, whether being the appellant or the respondent or anybody concerned with it. And along with this file, along with this, certificate form, you are supposed to attach a 2 rupee court fee and submit it to the facilitation center. They would provide a particular date on which you can receive your copy. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now moving to the criminal form, criminal certified form. This is how the criminal certified form looks. Now moving on. This is how the same details have been filled. Same details are obviously filled with a little bit description from it. Name of the court, the one who's applying for it. What is the purpose of you filing this, official or any? The FIR number, the CC number. CC number is the case number, criminal case number. Police station has to be mentioned. The district, the case name here. The nature of the case, what is the nature of the particular case that you wish to require, the next date of hearing and the previous date of hearing along with the court. And this box out here, this, you have to state the details of whatever documents you require precisely. Like all documents, you cannot mention all documents. You have to mention a copy of order and statement, what all documents selectively here. Then here on the next side, extreme right, is the 2 rupee court fee, which has to be attached to the particular form along with the signature of the counsel and the other party and any person who would take that on your behalf, who would collect the form, who would collect the copy on your behalf. Same form has to be submitted to the facilitation center, who would obviously provide you the date on which you can receive your copy.
Ma'am?
Is it clear to everybody?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh yeah. Yes, Laksh.
No, I want to ask that you have said that you cannot lay down all the document. I want to say that is there any limit regarding the number of documents?
No.
You
You can the number of documents you can require, you can specifically write that I want certain documents dated this.
Okay.
Actually, Laksh, they will charge you accordingly.
Any other question?
If you write, they will charge you accordingly. If you need 5 pages document, they will charge you accordingly. And if you need 5,000 pages of document, they will charge you accordingly.
Okay, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Thank you all. Apurva?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what we write in nature of case, sections of under which we are filing the suit, or
Sorry, you're not audible. What?
ma'am, what we write in the column nature of case.
Whether civil or criminal? Which nature? Yeah, what under which section it is?
Okay, we write the sections, all the sections which.
Case.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words and giving us information. Now I would like to invite Mr. Manoj Kumar, sir. We would like to add on over the questions which were asked on hierarchy of courts to give a clear picture to us. Over to you, sir.
Students, I have shown you the official website of Delhi High Court and Supreme Court. I forgot to share the official website of district courts. This is the official website of district courts. Obviously, there is a list of judges. This is the official website of Patiala House Court only. So, as per the hierarchy, Mr. Shri Dinesh Kumar Sharma is a district and principal judge of Patiala House Court. The commercial court, the designation is ASJ. Commercial court, this is a POMACT, ASJ, NDPS Act, ASJ, again, additional session judges, this is additional session judges, this is ADJ, additional district judges. District judges deals with the civil cases. Again, session judges, additional session judges, criminal case, Waqf Tribunal, ADJ, deals with civil matters, session judges, session ADJs, session ADJ. This is CMM, Chief Metropolitan Magistrate. एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक ही होता है. For Patiala House Court District, New Delhi District, Shri Pankaj Sharma is the CMM of the court. This is civil judge, senior civil judge cum RC, ACMM 1, ACMM 2, additional chief metropolitan magistrate. This is Mahila Court, MM, Metropolitan Magistrate. The Mahila Court is a special designed power. Designation is MM, Metropolitan Magistrate, but she is specially designed to deal with the cases of Mahila Court.
Sir, is it like a fast track court?
Yes, special court.
Okay, sir.
Fast track courts are in only session judges court. Like this is the Sanjay Khanagwal, the additional session judge. This is a special fast track court.
Thank you, sir.
Thereafter ACMM, CMM, then MM, MM2, MM, and thereafter MM in special. Now these MMs are especially 138 cases, check bounces के cases की जो increasing numbers हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, इसलिए जितने भी जो freshers judges आते हैं उनको एक साल तक सिर्फ 138 के matters deal करने के लिए दिए जाते हैं. Right. अब suppose आपके पास कोई आता है और ये बोलता है कि भाई मेरा आप एक डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस का केस डालो एंड वो एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में रहता है, तो आपको ये कैसे पता लगेगा कि किस जज के पास आप केस फाइल करेंगे? राइट. क्योंकि कोर्ट्स एक एक कोर्ट में 70 80 जजेस हैं और अगर आप ठीक बेंच के सामने अपना मैटर नहीं रखते हैं तो वो मैटर या तो उसको विड्रॉ करने के लिए आपको बोल देंगे या डिसमिस कर देंगे. तो जुडिक्शन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. तो हर कोर्ट की साइट पे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट की साइट पे इन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड लास्ट में देयर इज अ कॉलम पुलिस स्टेशन वाइज मजिस्ट्रेट. व्हेन यू क्लिक इट, MM जुडिक्शन, तो इसमें हर पर्टिकुलर कोर्ट का स्पेशल जुडिक्शन आपको दिखाई देगा कि जो CMM है पटियाला हाउस के, वो कौन से केसेस डील करेंगे. EOW के केसेस जाएंगे उनके पास, क्राइम ब्रांच के केसेस जाएंगे, कस्टम के केसेस जाएंगे, नारकोटिक्स के केसेस जाएंगे, DRI के केसेस जाएंगे, सेंट्रल एक्साइज के केसेस जाएंगे, फेरा और स्पेशल बैंक के केसेस जाएंगे. इसी तरह आकाश जैन जो है ACMM है, उनके पास एयरपोर्ट की जुडिक्शन में होने वाले सारे केसेस जाएंगे, IGI मेट्रो में होने वाले सरफेसी के और PFA के. इसी तरह चंद्रजीत सिंह लर्नेड ACMM, वो बसंत कुंज साउथ जो पुलिस स्टेशन है वहाँ के केसेस देखेंगे, RK पुरम के केसेस देखेंगे. इसी तरीके से हर कोर्ट की जुडिक्शन डिफाइंड है. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि अगर दिल्ली कैंट से रिलेटेड कोई केस आता है तो वो किस जज के पास लगेगा, या उससे रिलेटेड आपको कोई एप्लीकेशन लगानी है तो आपको जज का नाम क्या मेंशन करना है. ये क्लियर है? एनी क्वेश्चन?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Purva.
Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what are the factors that are taken into consideration when there is a question of setting up circuit benches or regional benches?
Circuit benches and regional benches.
Yes, sir. How will they decide that, yes, a regional bench has to be established, or no, there is no need to establish any bench? Because there has been a petition which has been filed.
You are talking about regional benches. Sorry, this term is very new for me. Can you explain it?
Sir, I think on some last days in July, there has been a petition which has been filed in front of Supreme Court to establish a regional bench in South India, in Chennai, so that and there was a call that only constitutional, where there is a question of constitutional importance, then only that matter will come in front of the main bench, which will be situated in Delhi. Otherwise, that regional bench will have power of the Supreme Court of India.
But that question is already under consideration before the Supreme Court. Yet there is no regional bench is decided.
Yes, sir. That what I was asking, that how they decided that yes, there is
that question is altogether was different. Actually, what has happened? कि from south some lawyer association approach Supreme Court कि भाई
Yes.
हमको हर मैटर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में लाने के लिए इतनी दूर ट्रेवल करना पड़ता है,
Yes.
ठीक है ना. एंड दिल्ली और हरियाणा और इन लोगों के लिए बहुत इजी हो जाता है बिकॉज सुप्रीम कोर्ट सिचुएटेड इन दिल्ली. ठीक है, तो देयर वाज
Yes.
क्वेश्चन, ये क्वेश्चन तो लखनऊ में भी उठा था एक बार कि भाई लखनऊ बेंच के जो एक बेंच है उसकी एक बेंच ना आप नोएडा में भी लगाएं, क्योंकि जो नोएडा के लोग हैं उनको इलाहाबाद जाना पड़ता है रादर देन लखनऊ
Yes.
जो जुडिक्शन है. तो बेसिकली वो अपने उसको आप इसको क्या बोलेंगे कि उनको थोड़ा इजी हो जाए, बिकॉज आप ये देखिए ना कि चाहे तमिलनाडु का केस हो चाहे विशाखापट्टनम को, अगर उनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट अप्रोच करना है तो दिल्ली ही आना पड़ेगा. तो अभी वहाँ के लॉयर्स की एक क्वेश्चन डिमांड हुआ था कि आप रीजनल बेंचेस बना दीजिए ताकि हम लोगों को इतनी दूर अप्रोच ना करना पड़े, आप हर स्टेट में एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट की एक रीजनल बेंच बना दीजिए. बट दैट क्वेश्चन इज ऑलरेडी अंडर कंसिडरेशन बिफोर द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. इस पर अभी कोई डिसीजन नहीं हुआ है.
ओके सर, मतलब सर मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि तब भी मतलब क्या कंसिडरेशन लेगी कोर्ट उसमें कि हाँ बना.
कंसिडरेशन तो कन्वीनियंस का ही है बस, बिकॉज
Sir-
काफी एक्चुअली क्या है ना, लोगों के माइंड में ये एक चीज है कि भाई सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाने वाला हर केस बहुत ज्यादा पैसे मांगता है. किसी को अपील करनी है तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट लॉयर चार्ज 5 लाख 10 लाख, मतलब कोई लाख से नीचे बात ही नहीं करता. और वो रीजन क्या देते हैं उसके पीछे, बिकॉज आपको आना है इतनी दूर. सपोज करो कि कोई केरला हाई कोर्ट ने कोई मैटर डिसाइड कर दिया है एंड दैट मैटर इज गॉट डिसमिस्ड. तब वहाँ के लॉयर जो हैं वो वहाँ के क्लाइंट को क्या बोलेंगे, देखो सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़ेगा, वहाँ पे लॉयर हायर करना पड़ेगा जो कि सिर्फ AOR होगा. ठीक है ना, वो आप उनको इतना लंबा चौड़ा बिल दे देंगे कि बहुत से लॉयर, बहुत से क्लाइंट्स तो अपील कर ही नहीं पाते हैं. बहुत से मैटर्स जो होते हैं वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक रीच ही नहीं कर पाते हैं. जबकि हमारे देश में काफ़ी लोगों को तो ये पता ही नहीं है कि अंडर आर्टिकल 39A एवरीबडी इज एंटाइटल्ड फॉर लीगल एड. आपको बस जाके अप्लाई करना है. हमारे पास भी अगर कोई मैटर आता है तो कितनी बार ऐसा होता है कि क्लाइंट जो है हमारी फीस सुन के चले जाते हैं, नहीं कर पाते. हम उनको ये सजेस्ट थोड़ी करते हैं कि आप जाके लीगल एड से फ्री एडवोकेट ले लीजिए, ये तो कोई लॉयर नहीं करेगा आई बिलीव, राइट. तो जो मैटर ऑफ कंसिडरेशन है दैट इज अ कन्वीनियंस ओनली, कि भी कितना कन्विंस है. और आज के टाइम पे जब ये वर्चुअल कोर्ट्स स्टार्ट हो गई हैं तो जिन वकीलों के पास थोड़ा अच्छा खासा काम है, अगर आप उनसे पूछें कि आप वर्चुअल कोर्ट से खुश हैं कि फिजिकल कोर्ट से, तो दे विल आंसर यू कि वी आर हैप्पी विद द वर्चुअल कोर्ट्स. कि उनको एक जगह बैठ के वो 3-4 मैटर्स में अपीयर होके अपना दिन आराम से सेव कर लेते हैं. अब आप दिल्ली के किसी लॉयर को जिसका एक मैटर रोहिणी कोर्ट में लगा है, एक मैटर द्वारका कोर्ट में लगा है, एक मैटर करकड़ुमा कोर्ट में लगा है, तो इट इज नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल टू अप्रोच एवरी कोर्ट ऑन अ सिंगल डे, जहाँ पे दिल्ली में इतना ट्रैफिक है. बट थ्रू वर्चुअल मोड ही कैन अटेंड ऑल द केसेस in the same day, in the same time. So the only consideration is the convenience only. Their lawyer forum is approached to the Supreme Court. There has to be some regional benches. That matter is already consideration before the Supreme Court. Let's see what decision they will pass.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time which you render for our learnings. Interns will be providing the documents which are present during the session. If you come across any query, you can mail us on thelegum@gmail.com, putting title as question from session, and we'll write you back with the answer. The next session will be on 11 September 2021. Hope to see you soon all. Thank you.